What's up, BookTube brothers and sisters? I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about the struggle and how the struggle is all too real. That's coming up next. Okay, so I'm just not even going to front about it. It's been a struggle reading this month, really the month of August totally, and probably even the back half of the month of July. It's just been really challenging to stay on my reading pace during this challenging time for me, and it's probably the worst reading slump that I've ever been in, and I even tweeted about it the other day because it was just like, man, it just really hit me. And because I was even struggling with this audiobook that I was trying to read. And so as I was really struggling with it, I'm like, dang, this is some deep stuff here with the struggle. So, but eventually I got through with the book, the audiobook, and then I got another one going. So I was pretty excited about that. You probably noticed that I did not do a July wrap-up video. I did not do an August TBR. And part of the reason I didn't do the TBR is because I had a feeling that August was gonna be a big struggle in terms of reading, and it did turn out to be just that. So, but I did have a slightly subpar reading month in July. I think I ended up with 4 books read in July. I usually try to go for at least 6 books read. So that's kind of the bad news. The good news is I am well on track with my Goodreads goal. My reading challenge was 55 that I pledged. I'm at, I think, 45 right now. I probably should have looked up before I came and did this video, but hey, you know, stuff happens. But I am more than on track for that, and I probably should be hitting my Goodreads goal probably by the end of September. I should be should have completed my Goodreads goal. So that was a little bit of good news. A little bit more good news is that from an AuthorTube standpoint, I have definitely been on point. My writing is going well. I talked about at various times on this channel that I've got a 5-book series that I'm working on right now, and I am wrapping up, well, the goal, let me backpedal just a little bit. The goal was to have at least 2 books in the series done by the end of 2021. So I am about like 90% done with book 1. I'm at about 78,000 words, and I'm anticipating it's going to take me about 85,000 words to finish the book. And so I'm in a good spot there. I'm finishing up Act 2. I do the 3-act format, and so Act 3 I think is going to be fast-paced, relatively short, but to the point. So did a good job with outlining, so that's putting me on task and keeping me on my square in terms of finishing that. So I am in pretty good shape there. So while it wasn't a great productive period through the month of August and the end of July, from a reading standpoint, from a writing standpoint, it has been very solid. Not only have I made progress in my 5-book series, I also got a great inspirational idea that I'm going to try to slide in between the end of book 1 in the 5-book series and the beginning of book 2, which I'm thinking I'm gonna do for NaNoWriMo in November. So we'll see what happens with that. I might get a little bit itchy and decide to jump into it before that, but we'll see how that goes. But I got a book in between that I wanna write, a satire book about, well, I won't go too much into it right now, but it's a book that I'm really excited about. It was inspired by some books that I've read and some personal experiences that I and other people have had in the work environment. So I gave away a little bit of it right there, but I think you'll find it kind of interesting if I can get it done. And then I want to get back to the goal that I had earlier this year, before the year started, which was to really focus on publishing. And if the traditional publishing routes didn't work, then I was going to take a harder look at self-publishing and start to look for editors to edit my books and to help me to get things on track there. So we'll see what happens if I do end up going that route with self-publishing a little bit more. That's something that I'm definitely going to strongly consider and really look at as we come now toward the stretch run of the year 2021. So that's a little bit of an update, a little bit of a life update, a little bit of a channel update. That's kind of how things are going. Trying to break out of the reading slump. The writing is going okay. I'm on target, more than on target, to meet my Goodreads reading goal for for the year, and I'm also looking to make sure that I reach the other goals that I have, getting 2 books in the 5-book series done, and also really taking a hard look and moving forward in terms of either self-publishing or the traditional publishing route. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, it's been a little bit up and down. It's been some highs and lows, but for the most part, I'm still up and at 'em. I'm still getting things done, and I finally got a video back on the channel. So that's all good news there. Let's keep it all good. I hope everything's going well for you guys. Leave your comments below if you have any thoughts on what I've just talked about in this particular video. If you have any video topic ideas, you have any reading ideas, let me know about that. I gotta dig into some of these books. I got tons of books behind me, books in front of me, books to the left of me, and all over the place. So I gotta start reading some of these books, and hey, let's jump back into it. I'm feeling a little bit better coming out of the reading slump, so we'll see where it goes from here. Stick with me here on this channel for future videos, BookTube, AuthorTube, and more.